Darling Heart. I am Jackie Gates, also known as the Goddess. Of course, if you're on my list, you already know that. These are rather unsettling times, don't you agree? It would seem that the world is full of bad news, of things not going as we'd like them to go, of dire predictions for the future. And a lot of us, even those like me who don't watch the news, can get pulled into a very unproductive mindset, really. I want to go back a little bit in my own experience. When I found out about The Secret, when The Secret came out, the book and the DVD, whatever you might think about it being terribly mainstream, or the law of attraction isn't true, or there might be more, whatever. The point is, for me, that book had an amazing awareness shift, created an amazing awareness shift. It basically gave me a completely different way of looking at things. And it came down to the one precept, that what you focus on, you get more of. For me, I was focusing on how cold it was in Minnesota and how much I hated the weather, and how miserable I was being there every year. I loved the people, I loved what I was doing, everything, but the weather really got to me. I'm such a tropical blossom that from September to really halfway through April, I was as miserable as all hell. So, with the new epiphany, I stopped focusing on that. I started focusing on how wonderful it would be to live in warm climates, how much I loved the warmth, how much I loved being outside in 80, 90 degree weather. Yeah, you laugh, I really do. I love the heat. And within 6 months, we'd done it. We'd sold up and we moved to Georgia. And there were a huge number of other blessings that came with that, which I will detail in another post. I keep meaning to, and I have to get round to it because it's an amazing story. But the point is, I learned that without a doubt on the truth of the precept that what you focus on, you get more of. And darlings, I wanted to share this with you today because if you're reading the news and constantly bombarding yourself with all the bad stuff, the fearmongering that's out there, it can have a very detrimental effect on you, on your life. Yes, things are unsettled. Yes, things are probably going to get a little more unpleasant than they are now. But, sweetheart, no matter what goes on around you, your life is your own creation. It's hard to take responsibility for that, I know. But let's look at it from a very optimistic point of view. It's a good idea when things are unsettled to trim away any excess spending, right? To become a good steward of the money that you have coming in already. So you look at becoming extremely grateful for what you have and treating it well. Not spending it on things that you know are bad for you and not letting it fritter away without you actually even paying attention to where it's going. So we become good stewards of what we already have. And that also entails taking stock of what you already have that could generate additional income. Now, you are all brilliant women. I just know you are. You have skills that people will trade money for. You might be so amazing at them or have been doing them for so long that you don't think they're worth anything. This is what's called unconscious competence. It's almost like you're born good at it, right? So you could, for example, be really good at sewing, doing little alterations. You could be a great birthday cake baker. You could actually love cleaning. I mean, I hate to say that. My daughter adores cleaning. She loves organizing things and spring cleaning and scrubbing, and she just loves that. It is so far away from what I love doing. But, so what I do is I trade her time with my money. So basically, I'll pay her to spring clean my house for a lot less than what I would pay a service. This is the kind of thing I'm trying to get across to you. While times are uncertain, the best two-prong approach is to become a really good steward of what you have and focus on expanding on what you have to make more income. So a little project for you today might be to make a list of what you're good at. Can you whip up a WordPress blog in a couple of minutes? Are you really good at video editing, like my friend Shelley Allen, who's got a class coming up? Are you very good? Do you have a 16-year-old who's looking for money? He wants to mow lawns. This kind of thing can generate additional income. And when you become a steward of that, you are building your fortress around your family. So when things get crazy out there, you are safe and protected. Now is the time to be proactive, sweetie. Don't allow the outside forces to buffet you unnecessarily. I'm not saying live in an ivory tower and not pay attention to what's going on in the planet. We've just joined EVG, which is the Elevation Group, and we're finding out amazing things about how to set ourselves up for possibly turbulent times. I want to share that with you. I want you to feel secure. And you won't feel that way if you are focusing on all the bad stuff out there, because you're only going to bring more in. It's with proven and without a doubt. If you keep focusing on the bad stuff, you're going to pull it in on yourself. But if you focus on creating security, if you focus on what you're good at, what you love doing, and how amazing it is that people will pay you for that, then life can be sweet no matter what goes on. I'm planning to expand on this quite a bit because I think it's time. When we arrived in this country 14 years ago, we had sold up at a 5-bedroomed home down to 8 suitcases, and we had a couple of $1,000s. It's just the 4 of us. And we have built a little fortress for ourselves. You can do the same. It doesn't matter what happens outside. It matters how you respond and react to it. And above all, what you focus on. So be kind to yourself today, sweetie. Pay attention to where your money goes, and be grateful that you live in a country that abounds with opportunities. Have a fabulous day, dear heart. I'll talk to you soon.